Good morning. Happy Motivation Monday. This is Trainer Nick checking in with you guys. Hope everybody had a nice Easter weekend there. Maybe hopefully got to spend some time with your families and loved ones. Had a great Easter myself, a lot of fun. Today is Monday, April 5th. The fun is over. It's time to get into the work week here. Got a really fun quote for us this week that kind of goes right into the topic I'm talking about this week. So the quote is, enjoyment is not a goal. It's a feeling that accompanies important ongoing activity, right? And I love that. We're not aiming to enjoy what we're doing, right? It's going to come when you're doing the right thing and when you're when you're happy with your progress and what you're doing in your job. So I love that quote. Let's go ahead and dive right into to Motivation Monday today, guys. So happy Motivation Monday here. Today, we'll go over a tip of the week. We'll do our sales shout outs. Today, my topic is going to stay in the marketing realm here. We're going to be doing marketing for the next month or so, and this is going to be persistent marketing. It's really something I believe a lot in, and I don't see enough people doing right. So we're going to dive into that, give you guys some tips and tricks in there, and then survey at the end. So my tip of the week personally for the last couple months here has been the same. And it's not going to change much, but there's going to be some new information going out, right? So tip of the week, ACA open enrollment extended. This time it's been extended a little bit further, right? Now it used to just be February 15th to May 15th. Now we're going all the way to August 15th. I mean, the Biden administration's just given us the whole time before the next open enrollment starts back up to go ahead and get your plan. But the bigger thing that just took place that you need to make sure that you're aware of in going through and checking all your clients, April 1st, so this just happened at end of last week, the new subsidy rules have gone into effect. So Biden's relief bill, I forget the name of it, and so forgive me with that, but Biden's relief bill that he had signed in, all of his new subsidy qualifications went into effect on April 1st. And so I believe the stat was 80% of families are going to qualify for more subsidy, or that didn't qualify before will qualify for one now. So you really want to run all of your clients through the new subsidy calculation. It is retroactive, so it will go back to January 1st for those clients that have those January 1st effectives. So make sure that you guys are really doing a thorough review of all of your business to make sure that you're going and getting updated incomes for your clients and seeing where they fall as far as subsidies are concerned now, because most people should be getting an update to the subsidy and probably a little bit more there, right? So very important. Not only is it extended now all the way to August, it also has new updated subsidies. All right, so for our sales leaders this past week, the week of March 29th, short-term NatGen is really going strong for us. That seems to be the leader in the clubhouse. NatGen's Access plan is actually the best limited med seller that we had this past week. And as usual, Plan Enhancer continues to be from NatGen. That continues to be the top accident plan out there for us. A great plan. I mean, obviously with the sickness and the critical illness pieces attached to it too, there's a lot that we can do with it. Critical illness and dental were both golden rule by United. So, a little bit of a mix there, but United pulled strong on those two products. And then if we go to our individual sales leaders, Gregory Talley with the straight sweep this week. He led in short-term, limited med, and accident. So great job there. Katya Santamaria, she came in on short-term and limited med in second. And then for short-term, Jacob Gordon and as well accident, Aaron Ellison got on the board. So great job there, guys, this week. I'll continue to push, continue to see what we got. We're in a new month now, so let's see what April has in store for us here, okay? All right, guys, so topic this week is persistent marketing. There's going to be a lot of good tips in here that I'm going to give you. I'm also going to throw a lot of statistics out at you, really to get your head around. We have to stay on marketing, right? So often people just want to try something really quick and then they move on, right? Oh, that didn't work. And that's never the case, guys. You really need to get a lot of data here. So the first thing before you get started in marketing, right, you got to find your budget, right? If you guys don't have a marketing budget currently, you need to make one. And it doesn't matter how much you're making in the industry, how new you are, how old you are, anything like that. You have to create a marketing budget and you have to give yourself a certain allotment of money for that. And it really should be a monthly budget that you can commit to. Okay. And now, obviously, as your business does better, you can raise that budget, you can adjust it, but you need to start now. I mean, when everybody asks, when should I start taking money out and going to marketing? Now, today, yesterday, and so that's very important, but you have to find that budget first, right? Also, when you're setting up marketing, okay, it's very important. Use marketing platforms and tools that have analytics that you can track. If they don't have analytics you can track, you need to create these analytics, right? And it could be as simple as an Excel spreadsheet, but you need to be able to look at the results of what you're doing and what you're putting into, right? Now, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google. Google has some great stuff for marketing too. Those platforms have amazing analytics behind their marketing, so those are good ones to start with. But there's a ton of other companies out there with good analytics too. Any marketing that you're going to do, you need to be able to say, okay, well, after 3 months, after 6 months of doing this, where are we at? And how is this comparing? And maybe try a couple different avenues of marketing so we can compare and contrast, right? And one is never enough. And this is kind of what I was talking about, guys, on people give up too early, right? This is so important in so many different aspects. You could take this even to leads, right? Into the leads that you pull, and how many people give up after one phone call or one email. But also, guys, one attempt at a marketing ad is never enough, right? If you just say, this is going to be my marketing budget, I'm going to try it on Facebook today, and you put all your budget into Facebook, and then you never come back to Facebook, right? It didn't work. Nobody bought. And so clearly Facebook doesn't work. That's not the case, guys. Sometimes it's your ad, right? Sometimes the ad needs to be tweaked a little bit. Sometimes Facebook, and this is real, I can speak to Facebook. I know Facebook marketing well. Sometimes Facebook needs to get to know you. Who are you really targeting? What is your business model here with this ad, right? And Facebook, the more you do that ad, the better it gets at targeting people for that ad. So one is never enough. You need to make sure that when you're doing marketing, commit to it for a time period, guys. And I would say at a minimum 3 months, but probably 3 to 6 months at a minimum, that you should attempt different avenues of marketing. It's so important because you're not going to get enough data just trying it once. And you don't know if that's going to work. And sometimes people don't buy the very first time an ad comes across their desk, right? So you need to keep that going and really see who you can hit. This is as far as keeping going on lead prospecting, right? It takes an average of 8 cold call attempts to reach a prospect. Guys, I can't even tell you how many agents don't even try more than 2 or 3 times, right? And probably a lot of you listening on this call are that. It takes an average of 8 cold call attempts to reach a prospect. Many of us are giving up too soon. And the ones that don't are the ones that are getting the sales. Watch this. 80% of sales calls require 5 follow-up calls after the meeting. 44% of sales reps give up after 1 follow-up. Oh, I didn't get them. I didn't reach them. They didn't answer their phone. They must have moved on from me, right? Guys, persistence is so important here. You need to keep up with your clients. You need to keep up with your leads and with your marketing, okay? It impacts everything we do in this business. This is one of the biggest things with marketing, right? You really need to attempt everything until you find your golden geese, so to speak, right? It's so important, guys. I can't tell you what's going to work for you. I have talked to probably thousands of agents, but let's just call it hundreds of agents that are all doing different things successfully in marketing for their business, right? And I could ask three of you what your favorite piece of marketing is and get three different answers. And probably in that same little forum group right there, I could probably get somebody who hates one of the other ways that somebody's most successful. It didn't work for them, right? So just because somebody else is doing something that's successful does not mean it's going to work for you. Certain things work better in different markets, right? Certain things work. Where are you located? What are you trying to sell? Who's your target audience? There's so many factors in this, guys. So attempt everything. Don't knock it until you try it, right? Again, I don't know what's going to be the piece of marketing that's going to work for you. I just don't. I can tell you a bunch of things that have worked for other people. I don't know what it's going to be that's going to work for you. So get out there, put your foot in a bunch of different ponds and see what one do you like? Which one is working for you that you're getting results? And do you like doing, right? Familiarize yourself with different platforms, right? And that's kind of where I was talking about like LinkedIn and Facebook, right? Maybe you're running competing ads on both of them to see, hey, I'm going to run an ad on both LinkedIn and on Facebook and see which is getting more results. You have to be running an A and B ad, guys, because if you're just doing one, you're not going to know, is this trending? Is this normal for the business? Is this outperforming or is this underperforming? You're not going to know because you only have your one to look at, right? So very important. Familiarize yourself with a couple of different platforms. And I mean, whether it's Google, whether it's a lead vendor out there, whatever it might be, but you have to try a couple different avenues so you can really compare. And guys, these avenues might not just be social media platforms, right? It could be going business to business, knocking on doors, right? That's a piece of marketing. It could be going to Chamber of Commerce meetings, right? Getting involved in different, groups like that. But you need to be doing a couple different things at once so that you can say, okay, well, my Chamber of Commerce group has given me 3 leads in the past month. Facebook's given me 10. Which one's costing me more money, more time? What do I like? You don't know, but you have to be having some comparable marketing ploys there. And then I'm going to have stats to back this one up for you, but social media is a must, guys. We're in 2021 now. For the last 5 years or so, I've been kind of wishy-washy on this. Like, okay, you can do it. You can choose not to. There's people that are successful both ways. Not anymore, guys. At this point, if you're fighting it, you're the losing battle right now. Okay, you have to do social media, and whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's Facebook. Shoot, if you want to be the Twitter insurance specialist, I actually don't see too many of those on Twitter. So maybe that's a market for you, but you have to be on social media. Check this out, guys. 78% of salespeople using social media outsell their peers. And this number is just growing, guys. I mean, it's literally the few that are still kind of, nah, I'm old school. I don't want to do it that way. You're getting left in the dust now. So again, if you listened to me a few years ago, I might have been a little bit more kind in this. I knew people that were successful both ways. Not anymore, guys. And social media is so easy nowadays. There's no reason to not be utilizing it for marketing. Okay. This one's like, I mean, this is pretty much the easy. Give it a shot, right? This is what I tell everybody after I train them, right? How do you do? Just give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst can happen? You give yourself $100 marketing budget, you spent that 100 and nothing came out of it. Okay? But did you learn something from it? Did it maybe give you a few leads of people to at least talk to? There's always something good that can come from it, whether or not it directly leads to sales. Maybe you learned something. You learned maybe that my ad stunk, or that this platform just doesn't work for me, or that I don't understand it. And maybe if you learn that you don't understand it, okay, well, how do I get better at understanding it so I can improve my ad, right? And always, this is sales and marketing tip 101 here. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? Sales is uncomfortable. Cold calling people is uncomfortable, right? Sometimes, actually, oftentimes, social media can be uncomfortable, blasting our business, right? You know, there's all those negative Nancy's on there, and you're going to have that one person from high school that you haven't seen in 30 years that's going to come hating on your post, right? And sometimes we allow that to kind of creep in and really lock us down from moving forward and setting our goals and doing what we want. Guys, negative people are everywhere. If you're scared of them, and if you're going to not make an ad or not further your business because of that, you're only hurting yourself, right? Make the ad. If they post, delete the post, block them. Who cares? I don't need that in my life. If you don't need my help, cool. Have a great day. No big deal, right? And then this one's important, guys. The small stuff is a big deal, right? This is the small stuff like customer service, right? Enthusiasm in your voice, right? The inflections in your tone. There's so much small stuff that we can do that's such a big deal in this business. In marketing, I can speak for Facebook and LinkedIn specifically. If you're using marketing for them, interacting with people that are either liking or commenting on your ads is so important. And a lot of people don't do that. They're like, oh, my ad's running, I'm just going to let it run. No, interacting with that ad, commenting back, talking to people in that ad is very, very important. And so the small stuff is such a big deal. More importantly, check this out on calls, guys. And this is like, I'm begging you guys to do this, right? When you get marketing going, right? How do we make that marketing snowball? So I finally got a customer from my marketing. Customer called me looking for my help, and I sold them, right? How many of you don't ask for referrals? Probably the majority of you, actually. Statistically, it shows the majority of you don't. A lot of people are like, no, I always do. Well, statistically, I'm going to say that you don't. But I'm okay if you do. If you do, you're leading the pack. Check this out. 91% of customers say they'd give referrals. They already bought from you. They trust you. They like you. Only 11% of salespeople ask for referrals. Whew. Talk about the small stuff, right? That's so important, guys. So important, okay? Let's take it one step further. Salespeople who actively seek out and exploit referrals earn 4 to 5 times more than those who don't. That's what I'm talking about on that snowball, right? You did all this marketing work to pull one client. What if you could turn that one client into 4 or 5 clients? What if you just turn that one client into 2 clients, but then that second client refers you another client? And then another, right? It's a snowball effect. You worked so hard marketing, getting your ad out there, using your own money to generate this phone call, to generate this sale. Don't give it up at that. So some final thoughts, guys. You know what it is. If at first you don't succeed, try again, right? I'm begging you guys not to give up on anything you do marketing for at least 3 months, again, maybe up to 6 months. Even if it feels like it's a money pit, even if it feels like you're losing, you don't know until you've really sat in that field and played a little bit. Now, if I'm telling you don't give up for 3 to 6 months, that doesn't mean use the same darn ad for 3 to 6 months on Facebook, right? If a month goes by and nothing's hit, change the ad a little bit, right? Maybe make it less wordy, maybe a different picture that might capture somebody's eye, right? But stick with that idea or that platform that you're marketing through, and you'll see it'll start coming around for you. Okay. Be open to change, but more importantly, be open to feedback, right? Um, Oftentimes, some of us are pretty agile, right? We can change a little bit, right? Oh, that's not working. I'm going to try something different, and that's good. I like that. But you also have to be open to feedback. It's so hard when you have people that are uncoachable, right? Uh, my ish don't stink, right? You know, that type of thing. You guys need to be open to feedback because I'm improving every single day. I'm getting better at what I'm doing every single day. I, Anybody that I run through in this industry that's successful is always trying to learn, grow, talk to everybody they can. Everybody has an idea that you could learn from. So not only be open to change, but be open to feedback. Some people, again, they just close people off to that. They're like, no, I'm successful. I'm doing great. Well, could you do better? Probably could. And this is an Albert Einstein quote. Everybody knows the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? So if you're trying, again, keep going back to that Facebook ad idea, but if you're doing a Facebook ad and over a month you posted this ad every single week, so it's done 4 times and we're just not getting results. Okay, try something different. Change up the ad a little bit, right? Now, if we've been doing Facebook ads for 3 to 6 months and they're not delivering us the results we want, okay, try something different. Now let's move off of Facebook. Let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to Google. Let's go door to door. Let's, go to business fairs, whatever it might be, BNI groups. You got to try different things and be open to trying different things. And if one thing is not working, yes, I'm imploring you guys, take time on it, give it a chance. But after you've given it its fair shake, now you don't have to commit to this for 2 years, right? Move on if it's not working and try something different. Cool. Well, guys, that's our Motivation Monday today. Again, this was Trainer Nick. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to me this morning. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just go ahead and email training@ahcpsales.com. You can also call agency services at 877-228-8773. Hope you guys have a great week and an amazing April. Trainer Nick checking out.